2025 is over. Another year of film has passed us by. And I think at the beginning of every year, I always think to myself, yeah, is there much coming out this year? And by the end, it's like, no, we've had another banger. Some claim that cinema is dead, but it's just not true. I mean, as with every year, 2025 has given us some absolutely stupendously good films in the indie circuit, in more mainstream. Even some of the biggest films of the year are absolute bangers. We've had films that I think are keeping cinema alive, that people are showing up to see, original films, interesting films. I think it's been such a powerful year, and it's also been a nightmare year in other respects of film. But today we are talking about the best of this year. We are talking about the cream of the crop. We're going to talk about just some of our favorites, as we do every year. How do you feel the year has gone?
It has been a very interesting year. There were some really unexpected things that happened as well. With cinema, it's ever changing, it's adaptable. There's some things that you cannot predict. It's free form, it's exciting.
This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
So as ever, we're going to be taking it in turns, and we're going to just kind of back and forth some of our favourite films of the year. I'll let you go first.
Yes, I swear. I swear was one of my favorite films of the year. That was a very powerful film. It just came unnoticed. This film was about a man who has Tourette's, and this film really speaks about how people don't know much about Tourette's. Tourette's is something across the world that not many people came across. It's a really powerful film. It's very informative, but it just really is emotional.
It's such a beautiful film about acceptance of oneself and building a community and support system, and it's all anchored by this tragically good performance by Robert Aramayo. He is spectacular in this film. I mean, I think he should be winning all the awards. The core of him and the pain that lives within somebody who can't control their actions in a world that doesn't accommodate for that. It has so much to say about disability and the ways that people and communities need awareness, need representation, and understanding. Nobody left that film with a dry eye. It was really powerful.
It was powerful with the audience. You are being in the roller coaster. 1 minute you're laughing, but also you're just really in tune with the characters. And it is based on a true story. It's based on a real life. So it packs so much force. And with the ending, it's beautiful. It's just more about you have to be aware. That film made me want to be more curious. You want to be more connected with people and help as well. So I love that. That's one of my favorites this year. What about
Absolutely.
you, Tom?
One of my favorites this year is one that's been on everyone's mouths and that we didn't get to discuss on the pod, but Sinners. Now, can we just talk about,
yes, let's
for a
talk about
moment,
that.
Ryan Coogler, he refuses to miss. I'm not going to give too much away
Yeah,
here,
you don't want to give
but
too much away.
yeah, basically it's about a group of people in the 20s, I
Yeah,
believe.
20s. It is
Yeah,
20s.
they want to open a juke joint, a place where black people at the time in America can feel safe, can drink and listen to music and have fun. And then when they get a mysterious person at the door, things take a turn. And
Ooh.
this film is spellbinding in how terrifying, and the films that touch us the most are the ones that have a beauty within them, even if it
Yeah.
is something harrowing. And this film can be harrowing, but it can also have some, I think, all-time cinematic great moments. There is a moment with a song where I felt like I was levitating in the cinema. The music and the way that Coogler shoots it in one long take that builds and builds and builds.
It's insane. I had to lock in. I had to sit in a different formation to really lose myself in that scene. That sequence was just amazing. I loved that. And IMAX as well, the cinematographer, she did a fantastic job. I want to shout out. Autumn Jewel Arkampa did amazing on Sinners cinematography. So I love that. I kind of wished I saw it in IMAX. That's one of the things I really
Yeah.
regret about. I could have seen it in
Yeah, me
IMAX.
too, me too. I think it tackles masculinity and mortality and joy and
Yeah.
what connects us through through generations, and it floored me. And there was a moment at the end when I was thinking, yeah, this has been a good film, but I don't really see what the hype is about. And then the final scene happened, and I was just like, never mind, this is incredible.
Never mind. Yeah.
It keeps on building to the point where you could argue that it ends on the highest note of the film, but that is absolutely one of the best of the year.
It goes to show how amazing the director Ryan Coogler can be to a film that is so unexpected. I'm going to say unexpected a lot because there's some things in 2025 that was just like, whoa, okay, didn't see that before. But yeah, loved Sinners. Soundtrack, Ludwig.
Oh,
oh my God. He was cooking something in that studio and he went, you know what? I'm going to make the most emotional piece of all time on that soundtrack. So, man.
Yeah, honestly, you could literally talk about Sinners forever. It will be one that I will rewatch. I will catch those cinema re-releases. Just, 1,000 thumbs up. What's another film that you've loved this year? One of your faves?
Ooh, can we talk about The Long Walk?
Oh, let's talk about... This is actually my favorite film of the year, bar none. This is number one for me.
This is my number two.
Oh!
Man, Stephen King, he's employed. We talked about him in previous videos, but this one, we didn't talk about it on the pod because, again, there's so many Stephen King things that we had to talk about this year. But The Long Walk, that might be the most depressing film of the year I have ever seen. But it's a film so much about humanity and its hopeful nature. It's like the humanist experience of like how we keep going in a world full of dread and hopelessness. And the characters that we get to follow on this is so heartbreaking. Where they are in their journey, you feel so much joy, but also this sadness as well. And I forgot the two guys that acted in this film, that the two main stars that really caught my attention.
Let me fill in those gaps for you.
Yes, go on.
Cooper Hoffman and David Jonsson at the center of this film. I mean, we have an incredible cast of young men. I mean, like people who I think will carry a generation of cinema, genuinely just staggeringly good talent. And these two at the center of it just bring this tender and horrific reality to the whole thing. It's a film about how a nation treats its youth and how downtrodden people are and what that leads to. It's bleak. It's not a good watch. There's some really horrific stuff in it. Like, genuinely, the film basically is about, in America, one young man from every state is chosen to do this long walk, and they just walk. They just walk, and the last man standing is the winner. The way that they unpack, the way that I think humanity unfolds in just this one journey, you see everyone's got a different attitude, everyone's got a different motivation. People are awful and amazing, and they slip in and out of your life, and you are touched by the people that you encounter, but also you lose people as fast as you meet them. And it's just this staggeringly good metaphor for the whole thing. It's directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the previous 4 Hunger Games films. I think it brings a lot of that same grit and dystopia that we see in the Hunger Games. I'm not the biggest Hunger Games fan, so I didn't know he had this in him. Like, when this is my favorite film of the year,
he got the sauce. He got the sauce for this. He got
genuinely,
the sauce for this.
That is a huge surprise to me. So I just floored by this one. Absolutely, just chef's kiss.
It's a film that not many people talked about. It's such a powerful, sad film. The ending just leaves you like, oh, okay. It ends on a really bleak ending, but I think you should see it just because of the experience and just you feel so connected with the characters, but then 1 second they're gone. So I love The Long Walk. Did you see the thing where they got social media people to do treadmill walking? You know, they're watching the film while walking.
That is insane. I can't imagine watching. And then if they stopped walking, they were taken out of the cinema or something.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I would have done that. I mean,
yeah, why didn't you call us?
What about you, Tom?
This one's fairly controversial. Have you seen Warfare?
Yes.
Right,
yes,
okay.
I have. This is going to be interesting.
This film had a lot of controversy when it came out because it's a film about a bunch of soldiers in Iraq in the early 2000s. They are positioned in a house. They're kind of watching a street, and we just kind of unfold a day. And it is based on the true life story of co-director Ray Mendoza, also co-directed by Alex Garland, of Civil War, Annihilation, that kind of thing. And a lot of people were angry at this one based off the trailer. People saying, oh, this is so obviously pro-war. This is so obviously American propaganda. And I can say with surety, those people very clearly have not watched this film. This film is a very difficult watch. It is potentially the most disgusted I have felt in a cinema all year, to the point where the sound design was so intense. I just wanted it to stop. There's a point in the middle where everything is bearing down on you so aggressively. But ultimately, it's a film that reminded me of a lot of war poetry, a lot of Simon Armitage, this idea of what is the point in any of this? These people are sent out. We don't get the motivations behind it, but they are there. They are being given a job to do. And ultimately, there is no point in any of this. There is no point in putting these young lives in danger. There is no point in this conflict, in any conflict. The orders are from high above, but the fact remains that it exists and that they are there and they have to contend with that. It's not a film that glorifies war in the slightest. It just shows it like this is what happened and it is horrific. None of it has a meaning, but we shouldn't blame anyone here because this is all way beyond us. And the whole time I loved it. I loved it.
It is a very underrated film that you want to talk to people about. I heard some comments about like this is not an anti-war film, this is a pro-war film, But at the end of the day, I feel like it is a very uncomfortable, intense film. And I remember walking out of the cinema just completely like, oh my God. It just feels like you were just stuck in that cinema. There was some really gory stuff that happens in the film. That's what the film does. It's not shy of showing you what actually happens in war and not glorifies it. And it's just about these young dudes that volunteer themselves and go to war. So it's like, what's the point of that? It's just pointless. Don't go to war. Please. War never changes.
He got the Fallout quote in there.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Okay, what about you? What's another film that you loved this year?
So my number one, my favorite of the year. This is
Ooh, number one.
This is just peak for me. It's Chainsaw Man, the Resi Arc movie. Oh my God. I was excited about this being made into a movie. So if you don't know what Chainsaw Man is about this young dude who looked after this like little chainsaw dog called Pochta. So Pochta just gives his life and he becomes Chainsaw Man. Get with me, Tom. You know, there's a lot of things that happened in this. There's a series, this season 1.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm following along.
Yeah, Resi Arc picks up after what happens in season 1, so it's a continuation from that. And this movie is about falling in love for the first time, like living a normal life, not being a devil hunter, actually being a human being. Oh, man, there's some brilliant moments in that movie where I was about to tear up with like how beautiful it was and how somber. However, in the second half of the movie, the first half, that was like a great way to settle in with the movie, and the second half is just pure fight sequences, like incredible fight sequences with animation where they change the style loads of times and then you just feel so invested. And I was like in the cinema, I never do this, where I go, hell yeah, like whoop, and then just, and those are people in the audience were like that too. We were just so enthralled by it. And then the ending of the movie just breaks your heart. Please do see it. It's one of the best things I ever seen.
Amazing. That's so great. I mean, I think it's so brilliant to see this year. There have been a couple. What was the other one? Was it Demon Slayer? That was really popular as well. It's just really great to see fans of different anime coming to the cinema and like showing up for what is an event. And I think that's just really cool.
Yeah. If people were picking up like, is it a rom-com? I'm like, no. It's a very different movie you're thinking of.
Oh, so. What? I was gonna pair it with Materialists. Like a fine wine.
Which I haven't seen.
Right. Materialist is one of my favorites of the year. It's not one I'm going to go into full depth, but I very much enjoyed that film. But the one that I do want to talk about is A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Have you seen this?
No. Do tell.
Right. So this is a film from Kogo Nada, who I definitely know as the director of 2 episodes of The Acolyte. And as soon as I found out that they were doing their own film, I was like, I'm in. Let's go. Let's do it. This is a film about 2 people who go to a wedding and they meet. It's flirtatious, but that's kind of all. And then on their way back, they both have hired a car from the same company. And both cars have this weird sat-nav that asks, do you want to go on a big, bold, beautiful journey? And they both answer yes. And the film just steps into this magic realism where they relive the traumas and triumphs of their lives and even before they were born through these doors that they see across the countryside. It is a warm hug of a film. I just felt embraced. Afterwards, I came out of the cinema and it was raining very, very hard. And I just came out and I just ran into the rain. And I was like, I love movies. I love life. I think it's life affirming. It really demonstrates the beauty in everything while having this incredible surrealism. There's a moment when Colin Farrell, who is it's Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie are our 2 protagonists. And Colin Farrell does a high school production, but like everyone's high school age. And then there's just Colin Farrell, as he is now, doing like rolls and twirls and this insane musical sequence that happens in the middle of the film. I want more movies to be like this. I really do. I think that it's so touching, and the way that it unpacks everything, it's like a dream. The way that they kind of pass through their memories, and it spellbinded me. So to close out, I would like to just throw in some honorable mentions, just some films that you've loved. We'll do a few each. Give me some stuff you liked.
A Real Pain.
Oh yes.
Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg. Great film. Weapons. Love that. Love that so much. It's so good. Love that.
Yeah, Weapons is one of the best horror films I've seen in a while. Zach Krieger absolutely smashed it. The Last Showgirl is one that I watched, which is just phenomenal. It's starring Pamela Anderson, and it's about the dying showgirl culture in Vegas, and what is that like for somebody who's been doing it ever since her 20s, and now is struggling with her whole career breaking down. One of the best performances of the year from Pamela Anderson, and just the whole thing. It had this hazy twilight dusk feel to it. Another one that I loved was Bugonia, Yorgos Lanthimos' latest. Just this really interesting idea about conspiracy theorists and the online sphere convincing people there are villains when really there may be nothing at all. It's so great because so often it's just Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone talking to each other. Insanely gripping stuff, I thought.
Yeah, that was a really, really good film.
Do you have one more and then we'll head out?
Not really. I mean, there's all the stuff that we talked about this year.
Yes.
I know that Marty Supreme just came out.
The one thing that isn't on our list because I don't think we're gonna get chance to. I mean, I definitely won't be able to watch it before the year ends. And
I think maybe in big 2026.
Yes,
I'll
maybe this will show
Marty
up
Supreme.
next year. Yeah. But absolutely, it has been an incredible year. I mean, 2025 as a whole has been a big old pile of poo. I really, I think it might even have been worse than 2020 if one can even make such a bold statement. But genuinely, no matter the year, no matter the quality of it, you can always count on the art of cinema to uplift you. Into 2026 we go, into the abyss.
Yay,
and I say into the abyss because next week we will be talking about Stranger Things 5. And that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. It's not going to be a positive one. If you're a Stranger Things fan, probably stay away. Unless maybe the finale is incredible and it like recontextualizes the whole thing.
Well,
sure. I have time.
Sure.
Thank you everybody for listening. If you're listening on YouTube and you enjoyed it, you can like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. And send us an email. Tell us your thoughts on Stranger Things if you want.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at Out of Time Film Party, our incredible thumbnails from Zane, on Twitter for more thoughts from Tom and me, and TikTok to see edited clips, which are all also on Instagram, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. And you can find links to that all in the description below. Thanks to Elle for the excellent theme, and Ronan for logos as always. And I think that's everything. Take away given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.